It's really important to celebrate Black History Month in an organisation of this size, or any size actually, because there's such diversity and richness of culture. We don't understand each other as much as we should, and the Black History Month gives us an opportunity to celebrate all sorts of cultures and diversities within the Black population.
Hi, I'm Kemi. I'm a non-executive director at the CLCH Trust. I'm here to talk to you about resilience, and resilience in the context of Black History Month this year. My career took me in a number of different directions. I started as a civil engineer, and I ended up as a program director leading primary care IT across England at NHS Digital. That was a fairly senior role, and lots of people looked up to me in that role, which was lovely to see. But the problem was, I didn't take a really important step in that career. I didn't take the step that would have seen me being on the board at NHS Digital. I didn't take that step because I didn't see anybody like me on the board, and I didn't imagine that actually somebody who behaved differently, who thought differently, would actually fit in with that group.
Being a Black woman in a big organisation, when I started my journey, which was in the 80s, dare I say, I kind of felt that I'll just come to work, do my job and leave. But then it came to a stage where I saw other people progressing, and not necessarily people of colour, but I just thought, there's no way, there's a glass ceiling, I'm never going to get through. And actually I had to question that and say, but why am I thinking that way? So I changed the way I was thinking, and I said, how can I get to the next level? And people talked about doing certain courses, they talked about volunteering to do things, they talked about being more visible, and I was like, oh, those are things I can do. So I started to volunteer. I became a union rep. If they were looking for volunteers to do certain pieces of work, projects, I put myself forward. And then it gave me the opportunity when I put in for interviews, when they say, have you got experience in X or Y? I was able to say I did. And little by little, I kind of kept climbing up. And as I was climbing up, I was also telling other people, it's really possible to do this. And so not just was I successful in some of those things, I then explained to others how they could do the same. So I don't believe there's a glass ceiling as such. You have to push forward and keep trying, and you will get there.
I feel that I have rectified that I guess failing, or that disappointment, by applying to and being successful to become a non-executive director on first the Isle of Wight NHS Trust Board, and then subsequently the CLCH board currently. It's really positive to be on the board here. I have the opportunity to influence things that affect all of us, and I guess I'm telling you this as a story of resilience, and my resilience in making the change from my not being brave enough to make those choices previously, and now being able to do it and feeling confident in that choice.
In terms of inspiration from Black people who've gone ahead of us, one person always springs to mind for me, and that's Martin Luther King. And it's because he said he had a dream. And there are times when we think of a dream and you just think, oh, it's not going to come to anything. But even though there were some painful bits along his journey, and actually he's not here now, but I'm benefiting, and so are so many other people, from the dream he had, that one day we will be seen as people who could rule nations. And actually we've been able to do that. If you look at different people in the country now, especially in Britain, a lot of us have been able to get to high places, and it's by merit, and it's not necessarily by the colour of our skin, but we celebrate our Blackness, and I think Black is beautiful.
So I'd like to encourage you to take opportunities when you get them. If you feel ambitious and you want to move on, then don't be afraid that the role that you're looking at, the person in that role doesn't look like you, or the person in that role doesn't behave like you. There are different ways of doing these jobs, and you need to be able to manifest those different ways, and you don't have the opportunity to do that if you don't apply. Of course, if you choose not to and you want to maintain your current work-life balance, that's good too, but do make it a conscious choice. I have now made it a conscious choice, and I'm really pleased to be one of your non-executive directors.